Welcome, everybody, and welcome to the 745 presentation of the overview for the CSU system. We are excited to have Gina Kim, Diego Morfin, Jasmine Gomez, and Edward Chavez, representatives from different CSU campuses from around the state of California. We are going to get going here with an overview of the CSU system, and each individual campus is going to have an opportunity to give you a little bit more information about what makes their campus unique. So I'm excited to get things going, and I'm going to turn the presentation over to Gina Kim from San Diego State University right in our backyard. So welcome, Gina, and thanks for being here.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So the agenda for today is we have four CSUs, San Diego State, Sonoma State, CSU San Marcos, and CSU Monterey Bay. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the CSUs in general. So we'll spend a few minutes on each campus and definitely utilize the chat feature if you have any questions for us. We're not going to have time at the end to do any live Q&A just because of how jam-packed our program is today. So please feel free to use that chat feature. And if you want to address like SDSU question, SDSU and then question, or CSU San Marcos question, that would help us in answering all your questions today. So again, my name is Gina Kim Takeuchi. I am a senior admissions counselor and scholarship and events coordinator at San Diego State University. I'm also the CSU counselor assigned to Poway Unified School District. So you may have seen me at your schools presenting to, for college for 12th grade to 9th grade. And all your counselors have my contact information. So if you have any questions for me afterwards, you're always more than welcome to contact me directly. So getting started with a brief overview of the CSU system. There we go. So the CSU system is the nation's largest four-year public university in entire US. We have 23 campuses all the way from Humboldt down to SDSU, we're the southernmost campus, and 8 off-campus centers as well. We do educate the most ethically and diverse students in the entire nation. So we are very proud of the institution that we serve. So just a snapshot, we currently have about almost, about 500,000 students who attend the CSUs between the 23 campuses. That's a large portion of California. And about 60% of our students will graduate in 6 years or less. There is a graduation initiative 2025 to increase our 4-year graduation rate. And so we are working towards that goal to make sure our students can graduate in 4 years or less. And that's by offering additional classes, more support, things like that to make sure our students are served. The average time it takes a student to graduate as a first-time freshman from a CSU with a bachelor's degree is about 4.7 years. And we graduate over 100,000 students every year. So see, if you look at the workforce of California, a lot of employees in the state of California are actually CSU graduates. Like I said, we have 23 campuses all the way from Humboldt to SDSU. We're very fortunate today to have 4 CSUs represented: SDSU, San Marcos. We have Sonoma State, which is in Northern California, and CSU Monterey Bay. The great thing about the CSU system is that it's one application to apply to all 23 campuses. So when a student does their application, and I'll show you where they can go to do that, they fill out their information once, and then they can choose which campuses they want to apply to, which programs they want to apply to at each campus, and submit their application. There is a $70 application fee per CSU campus, so that's something to keep note of. But if a student qualifies for a fee waiver, it covers up to 4 CSU campuses for free. So definitely get familiar with the different CSUs that are around you, and we have a great campus match tool on calstate.edu website where you can filter through location, you can filter through setting, total enrollment, and even sports. So if you or your student, you're looking for a smaller campus, you can put that as a preference, and it'll have different categories to narrow down the campuses, because looking at all 23 campuses can be overwhelming when you don't know too much about them. So the campus match tool is a great way to narrow down which campus the student might be interested in applying to, but you can also compare all campuses at the same time as well by clicking that button right there. Even though we're all part of the CSU system, every campus is a little bit different in the programs that we offer. Most campuses have, the standard programs like business, nursing, teacher education, engineering, etc. But we have campuses that offer specific programs, and I'm sure our other representatives can talk about what makes their campus special. But for example, if you or your student were interested in agriculture, Cal Poly SLO, we have Cal Poly Pomona, those campuses offer agriculture as majors. Forestry, so maybe Humboldt State or Stanislaus, they may offer forestry. So depending on the area of the state that the campus is located in, they may have very specific programs to serve that area. Maritime transportation is special. We do have a Cal Maritime Academy in our CSU family, and Cal Maritime offers 7 majors, and they have total enrollment of about 1,100 students. So they are the smallest CSU in our system, but they're very specific to maritime. So things to look at as you're filtering through the campuses and choosing which campuses that you or your student should be applying to. Okay. Like I said, there is one application for all 23 campuses, and it's called Cal State Apply. So just like the UCs have their own application, the Cal States have our own application, and it's one application for all campuses. So all the same information will go to each campus. You can choose though which campuses to apply to and which programs to apply to for those campuses. And students will start this application October 1st. Majority of applications close November 30th, but the individual campuses may have separate deadlines, which for 3 other CSUs they will talk about in their presentation. All right, that was a very brief overview of the CSU system. Definitely let us know if you have any questions about that. And I'm going to go right into San Diego State admissions. So if you have not visited our campus, we are about 30 to 40 minutes away from Poway Unified, the school's up there. So we're not your local CSU. CSU San Marcos is your local CSU. However, we are the other CSU in San Diego. So definitely come on down and check us out. We are offering campus tours in person. So if you wanted to visit our campus and explore that way, you are definitely more than welcome to do so. Jumping into our majors, SDSU offers over 90 different majors and minors that a student can choose from. And all of our majors at SDSU are impacted, which means that we have more students applying to each major than we have seats available for. So when a student applies to SDSU, we will ask them to choose a major on the application, and we will compare them against other first-time freshmen who applied to that same major. Just because of the volume of applications that we get, we unfortunately aren't able to admit every single eligible CSU student. So we do have to rank them based on the major that they apply to. Because all of our majors are impacted, we also don't accept alternate majors. So the major they put on their application is the major that they will be considered for. We have a direct entry nursing program. It's a very popular, very competitive and very selective program at SDSU because it is one of the very few direct entry programs in the state of California. So our nursing program has about a 6% admit rate. Every other major is about a 20 to 30% admit rate. The rest of our majors, we do have undeclared as an option for students who aren't sure of what they wanted to study, but a student won't be able to graduate undeclared. At some point, they will have to choose a major. And the only major that a student can never change into is nursing because it is direct entry. So please keep that in mind. The list of majors is available on our website. I know I'm going through this really, really fast, but definitely go to our website, sdsu.edu. /majors, and you'll be able to see the same list. For students who are applying for fall 2022 admissions, so current seniors, this goes for all the CSUs. We are not looking at test scores, so we are completely test blind. So whether you have a perfect SAT score or don't, it will not be factored into your admissions decision. So just test blind completely for fall 2022. For future years, we are still waiting for guidance about what that's going to look like. But with COVID and test dates being canceled left and right, it will just not be required for current seniors applying for fall 2022. The application for San Diego State is open first to November 30th. That is a hard deadline. We do not accept applications after November 30th. Admissions decisions typically get released around March, and students have until May 1st to accept their offer of admissions. For admissions criteria, we're really looking at their academics. So initially, we're looking at their 10th and 11th grade A through G GPA. So A through G classes are listed there on the side. We do look at 12th grade after a student is admitted to make sure that they're maintaining their GPA. So it's a maintenance year, and if a student's GPA drops after their senior year, then their admissions could be rescinded because of that. So it's really important that students maintain the GPA and stay competitive. All the CSUs will wait up to 8 semesters of approved honors, AP, or IB classes. So that's up to 4 approved classes between 10th and 12th grade. And for San Diego State specifically, we do not request transcripts until a student is admitted. And if a student is admitted, they have until May 1st to submit their mid-year transcripts. And finally, preparation towards indicated area of study. So if a student is interested in engineering or computer science, we highly recommend that they take an additional year of math. So instead of just doing the 3 years that's required, we highly recommend that they take 4 years to be more competitive and stand out as a more competitive applicant. Our tuition was $8,136 for the year. So that's for a full-time student. We are a semester-based school, so half of that is in the fall and half of that in the spring. We don't charge per unit for California residents. Typical on-campus food and housing, we're looking on average about $19,000. That includes the room and the meal plan, and that could fluctuate depending on the preferences. So for 1 year, in total, we're looking at about $31,000. Make sure that you do the FAFSA by March 2nd so we can see if you're eligible for Cal Grants, Pell Grants, work study, and or loans. And we offer over 700 different scholarships, but a student has to be an admitted and committed student at SDSU to apply for SDSU scholarships. We do require students coming from the Poway Unified School District to live on campus for the first 2 years if they come in as a freshman. If they come in as a transfer student, they are not required to. But because Poway Unified is outside of our local area, we do have a 2-year live-on requirement. And that first year that a student lives on campus, they are not allowed to bring a car unless they're granted an exemption. So most of our students will live on campus and use the trolley or the public transportation system or Uber or Lyft to get around. But without an exemption, they're not allowed to bring cars their first year. All right, there is my contact information. Please jot it down, screenshot it if you have any questions for me. Definitely let me know, and you can email me directly. But just a side note, I will be out of the office mid-November till April on maternity leave. So during that time, if you have any questions about your admissions, definitely reach out to the Office of Admissions, and they will be able to assist you through the whole process. Okay. I'm going to pass it on to our next CSU. I believe that is Diego from Sonoma State. You ready?
I'm ready.
Perfect.
All right. How am I going to follow that up? Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, so my name is Diego Morfin Contreras. I am a recruitment counselor at Sonoma State University. Here is my email info. I also will be posting it on the Q&A. And I'm here to get you to join the pack. So SSU by the numbers, we are actually number 1 in 2-year graduation rate for transfer students and number 4 amongst the CSU system for freshman graduation rate. Well, we also are prideful in knowing that we are the number 1 best housing according to niche.com in the CSU system. And we also have the number 3 most amazing campus art center, which is actually the Green Music Center. We also have a 23-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is great. You get a more personalized experience at Sonoma State. We have an array of academic opportunities, of course, with over 45 different majors and over 70 distinct concentrations. Some of our most popular majors are business administration, psychology, biology, early childhood ed, kinesiology, sociology, liberal studies, and nursing. And we also offer undergraduate research in some of our fields as well. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you are coming to Sonoma State. We also have over 64 study abroad programs on 6 different continents. So you can go basically anywhere in the world besides Antarctica and be part of Sonoma State. Our campus housing, like I said, we are very prideful about our campus housing. We do boast a #1 rating by niche.com amongst the CSU system. We have 6 residential villages on campus, and we have a suite apartment style. We definitely emphasize on having a living learning community on our campus with our housing. So that means that students get to have a very comfortable, safe, and fruitful learning environment while also being close to campus. We also guarantee housing for first-time, first-year students and also for transfer students. So that's great. You have that guaranteed. And 90% of first-year students choose to live on campus, which is also a great opportunity for you to be around people that are amongst your age range and also your learning range. Some campus resources we have, of course, academic advising for our students. And one of our great centers is the Center for Transfer and Transition Programs. This is great to help any students who might have some nerves or just any need for help when it comes to transitioning into the realm of college. We also have the Dream Center, which is our center for our undocumented population as well. EOP, educational opportunity. We also offer that on campus as well for our first generation students. The Hub is an intercultural center and safe space on campus as well. Our LARC Center is actually our tutoring center. You could also call it that. We have our writing center there. We have our just regular tutoring and also supplemental advising as well. We also have Maverick, which is our military and veteran resource center, which is great for anyone who is serving our country and wants to come to SSU as well. Puerta is actually a program that I was in as a SSU student not too long ago. And this is for Latinx and also Hispanic and first generation students that want to get into teaching and become educators. And we also have Seawolf Scholars, which is for our former foster youth. So admissions at any CSU, while we already kind of talked about this, for first year freshmen, the A through G requirements are, some of the most important things. Our first year are doing the multi-factor system, and there are also impacted majors at SSU that have their own separate requirements. And I will also include a link to that in the chat. So some key dates, of course, we also talked about this in our last presentation. We have our fall application that opened up October 1st and it closes November 30th. And that is only for impacted majors. So non-impacted majors actually close on December 15th. Spring application was back in August. Our SSU scholarship is due February 1st. So once you are admitted, actually, you don't have to accept your admission to apply to that scholarship. So you can see what you're going to get before. Also, FAFSA is due March 2nd. I know I'm repeating things. Admission decisions are given between December and March. And we also have our Seawolf Decision Day in April. So we invite you to that. We also finalize admissions by May 1st, and our final transcripts are due July 10th. And just some COVID-19 updates. Our CSUs will continue to temporarily suspend the ACT and SAT examinations. So we will be doing the multi-factor system, and we are also still accepting credit or pass for requirements under the A through G. And we are accepting advanced placement testing for a score of 3 or higher. Sorry about that. That was not supposed to be there. And that's it. Feel free to scan the QR code, and here are a list of resources that we have here. Feel free to feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I will move this on to our next presenter.
Yeah, we're going to introduce Jasmine Gomez from CSU San Marcos.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Give me one moment. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Alrighty, so good evening, everyone. My name is Jasmine Gomez. I am a recruitment and outreach officer here at Cal State San Marcos. Before I start, I do want to highlight the QR code that I have on the left-hand corner over here. So if you want to take a moment to go ahead and scan that QR code, that's going to take you directly to the recruitment and outreach website. Alrighty, so we were actually founded in 1989, and CSUSM is actually the third youngest within the CSU system. Cal State San Marcos is one out of 361 higher ed institutions in the US to receive the Carnegie Foundation Community Engagement Classification, which is a distinction awarded to universities that have demonstrated outstanding commitment to community engagement. The CSUSM community strives to build a better future by raising regional education and building a strong local workforce. More than 80% of alumni stay in the region after graduation. So a bit about us. CSUSM sits just 10 miles from beautiful northern San Diego County beaches. We have 43 bachelor degree programs and 39 minors, including American Indian Studies, linguistics, electrical, and software engineering. We have over 16,000 students currently enrolled. Our College of Business Administration is in the top 5% of business schools in the world. We're ranked 13th on the list of the safest college campuses in America and first in California. We're ranked 13th for preparing students for career success relative to the cost of attendance nationally. We have 150 teaching and research labs and one of the most modern libraries in the system. And how much more modern can you get? We have a Starbucks in the library. So I know this is repetitive information from what my colleagues here have been conveying, but this is the general CSU admission requirements. Of course, you apply to the calstate.edu/apply. Applications open October 1st and are closing December 15th. I do want to also highlight that the nursing application does have a different deadline for us. The deadline is November 30th. So for those of you interested in nursing, then you know. The admission requirements, you have to have been a high school graduate or completed a GED. A through G requirements met with grades of a C- or higher. And as stated previously, we are suspending the ACT, SAT examinations. So the impacted majors for our campus include biological sciences, biotechnology, business, electrical engineering, nursing, and software engineering. And so I know someone had asked about the local service area. So Poway is a part of our local service area for freshmen. So basically CSUSM does have an agreement with the district and we would prioritize Poway for admissions. So here are a couple of online resources. The Cal State Apply website, which does have an application help center. Of course, you want to do your, you want to do your research on your A through G courses. You want to make sure that everything that you have is good. We also have the CSU course list and the CSU grade point average calculator. So we have specialized programs, which are student academic support services guides that guide students through various aspects and stages of their undergraduate career. So we have ACE Scholars, College Assistant Migrant Program, Educational Opportunity Program, which is EOP. I myself was an EOP student and it was an amazing program. Global Programs and Services, Pathways to Academic Success and Opportunities, TRIO Student Support Services, Epstein Family Veterans Center, Project Rebound, Dreamer Resource Office, the Alliance, and California Indian Culture and Sovereignty Center. So our campus resources. So we pretty much have an office for every aspect of your academic career. We have academic advising, learning and tutoring services, a STEM Success Center, Writing Center. We have a career center for career counseling, resume and cover letter assistance. We also have something cool called the Cougar Career Closet, where you can go in and you can get one professional outfit per semester free of charge. We also have student life resources, which include multicultural programs and cross-culture centers. We have over 140 student organizations and a lot of community centers such as the Latinx Center, the Veterans Center, Gender Equity Center, Cultural Center, Black Student Center, and the LGBTQ plus Pride Center. So our housing, so student housing is not just a place to live, it is the gateway to the complete Cal State San Marcos experience, the place to live, learn, and thrive. So we have two housing options, the University Village Apartments and the Quad. Both communities have many unit types to fit students' needs, including quads, triples, doubles, and singles. So these housing communities are more like apartment than dorm. But we have always said that first-year students who choose to live on campus have higher GPAs, complete with units, and are overall more successful. So financial aid and scholarships. So we know that college is an investment and we pride ourselves on being one of the most affordable universities in San Diego County. Now we have a CSUSM scholarship application where you can submit one general application. Incoming students can apply before their first term. And as mentioned previously, applications opened up October 1st through March 2nd. Now, I strongly recommend that you start your, or you have started your application for FAFSA. I know that there are going to be some information that you're going to need later on in the spring, but you want to go ahead and get that application started. So we are the Cougars. These are our sports. The NCAA Division II and the CCAA. We have baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, soccer, softball, track and field, and volleyball. So this is a bit of our timeline. As we mentioned previously, October 1st to December 15th is the fall 2022 application filing period. FAFSA, as I mentioned, October 1st to March 2nd. So before I finish off, I want to highlight a couple of events that are going to be that we're going to be hosting. So tomorrow night, we're actually going to be inviting the College of Science, Technology, and Engineering and Mathematics, which is our CSTEM, to kind of give a thorough review on their majors and programs and such. So that's going to be hosted at 7 o'clock. At 6 p.m., so before that college, we're going to have College of Business Administration, which is COBA. And if you missed last week's College of, I believe it was Humanities, Arts, and Behavioral Sciences, we're going to be giving all of these presentations once again in November. So I'll go ahead and I will post the link so that you have access to the dates and the Zoom link for that. And one more event that we are going to be hosting, once we already hosted in last week, we're going to be hosting again 3 more times. We have our next application clinic on October 28th at 6 p.m. So this is basically if you're unsure of a couple of questions that you might have on your application, perhaps there are some things that you are stuck on. So we invite you to come through and have that one-on-one help with your application. And this is our contact information. My department at Office of Recruitment and Outreach is there, Financial Aid and Scholarships, Office of Admissions, and please go ahead and visit us on social media. We have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Tumblr. And that is it for me. If you didn't get a chance to scan the QR code, there you have it once again. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks a lot, Jasmine. We're going to get Edward in here. We're running short on time, but we want to definitely get some opportunity to learn a little bit more about CSU Monterey Bay. Mr. Edward Chavez, the floor is yours.
Please turn your mic on.
Are you guys able to see the screen? I just want to make sure that I'm showing the right screen.
Yes.
All right, great. All right, well, welcome to CSU Monterey Bay. This is where we're located. We're located right in the center of California. We're part of the 23 institutions that are part of the CSU. We're only 1 mile away from the beach. We're the CSU with an ocean view. We actually have our own beach access to the beach that only takes you 15 minutes to walk to the beach from our campus. We do have CSUMB. We do have 25 different majors that you can choose from. The ones that are highlighted in blue, those are the most popular major, also known as the impact majors that we have here on our campus, which is psychology, biology, business administration, computer science, kinesiology, and marine science. I would like to highlight two of our newest majors that we are really happy to have here at CSUMB is the agricultural, plant, and soil sciences, as well as statistics. These two majors that started in the fall 2020, which we're hoping to attract more students that are interested into those two areas. Other than academics, we highly encourage the students to participate. We have 30 different sports that you can actually choose from. We're part of the NCV. Also, if you would like to be part of a student government, this is the group of our team leaders that help us put different events in our campus. We do have 2 different concerts, and we do bring different speakers that talk about social justice and our campus. So if you would like to be part of that and to be able to provide this opportunity for our students here at CSUMB, we highly encourage you to look into the student government. Here at CSUMB, we have over 80 different clubs that you can choose from. They range from academics to cultural and just for fun clubs. In the event that we don't have a club that you might be interested in, you can start your own club here at CSUMB along with 10 other students. Something unique that we have offer here at CSUMB, we encourage our students to look into after they complete their freshman year to study abroad. We have 30 different countries that they can choose from where you can study for a semester or for an entire year at a different country. Something unique about our study abroad program, based on what you pay in tuition here at CSUMB, that's how much you will be paying to study abroad. All right, so we have student support programs here at CSUMB. I would like to highlight the EOP program. If you happen to be first generation, your family going to college, or if you come from a low income family, you can qualify for this program, and also you can apply through the CSU application. For students that might have a background or the family have worked in the agriculture industry, we do have the College Assistant Migrant Program, also known as CAMP, that is there to support students as well as help them choose they get first priority when they're selecting courses. Since CSU Monterey Bay was based on a military base in 1992, it was closed. And then they opened it up in 1994, and that's when CSUMB was born. We made a pact that we were going to take care of veterans. So we do have the Veterans Resource Center. So if you happen to be a student that comes from a family that the part of the military or veterans, you can actually apply for the services. Here at CSUMB, we do have the Cooperative Learning Center, which is our tutoring services that you can be part of, either a part of a group or you can do one-on-one where they can assist you academically. We do have the Otter Cross-Cultural Center, also known as the OT3, where students can actually, engage in different activities that we have here on our campus. And also learn from different cultures. For students that are interested in doing some research, usually CSU's not known for research, but here at CSUMB, we do offer research, which is the Undergraduate Research Opportunity Center, where you're able to study 2 different summers for 6 to 8 weeks and conduct research where you'll be able to provide the data that will help you network with other professionals within the field that you collected the data. And then also allows you to kind of learn more about the different graduate programs if you continue with your higher education. All right, here at CSUMB, we're a residential campus. We have 60% of our students living on campus. 90% of our freshmen do live on campus. Something unique about our residence halls is that residence hall, we don't have communal restrooms, so you don't have to share the restroom with 20 other students within your same floor. We have restrooms within each residence hall that you only get to share with the person you live with. Our residence hall, they're twice as big as any other dormitory from other CSUs. So that's something a lot of our students do enjoy to have, and the most part that you don't get to share restroom with other students other than the people you live with. We have here so if you make the commitment living here for the 4 years, we actually your rent will not be increased for the years that you live here at CSUMB. So it's a great opportunity. We do offer all 4 years. So if you would like, if you come from an outside area, we do have housing for you for the 4 years that you attend CSU Monterey Bay. About financial aid, we have over 70% of our students that receive financial aid. Regardless of your financial situation, we highly encourage our students to apply. That's the website, fastfa.ed.gov, and you can apply as early as October 1st to March 2nd. We do offer over 60 different scholarships that range from $600 to $10,000, and you can apply as early as October to the second week of February. For CSUMB, for students that are applying to CSUMB as a first-time freshman, we're looking at the A through G requirements, which is the 15 courses that you're currently taking in high school. We do calculate the GPA based on the 10th and 12th grade, so every class does count. In the event if you happen to have any D's or F's that would need to be made up, so I would suggest you to talk to your high school counselors to see what are some options that you have for credit recovery or independent study at your school. Just a little quick update for CSUMB. We're not going to be using the SAT or ACT scores to determine admissibility for the fall 2022. So if you're a student that have a 2.0, a 2.5 GPA, and you have completed the A through G prep work, we highly encourage you to apply to our campus. If you happen to be interested in any of our impacted majors, which is biology, business, computer science, kinesiology, marine science, psychology, and undeclared, we highly suggest you to have a math GPA of a 2.5 or above, complete the A through G prep work. Also, something that we do keep in mind for the students that come from that are first generation, the family going to college, or if they come from low income family, or if they have taken extra A through G courses. For the students that might have a 2.0 over 2.499 GPA, as long as you have your A through G prep work, if you're first generation or low income or have taken extra A through G courses, we highly encourage you to apply to our campus. If for students that decide to go to a community college first, you can still get to CSUMB. This is the pathway that you will need to follow. You will need to complete 60 transferable units. You will need to have a 2.0 GPA or 3.0 recommended if you're applying to one of our impacted majors. You will need to have completed the Golden 4 courses, which is oral communication, written communication, critical thinking, and college level math. Recommendation to talk to a transfer counselor at the community college that you're planning to attend to make sure that you're on track of your associate degree for transfer. That will make sure that you complete all your generated courses before you apply to CSU Monterey Bay. All right, so a little quick tip for the CSU application. We started the application from October 1st, so you can apply. We have extended it to December 15 on our campus. So for students that are applying to non-impacted majors, you have to December 15. If you're interested in applying to any of our impacted majors, we highly encourage you to submit your application no longer than November 30th. Just keep that in mind. It costs $70 to submit your application for the CSU. You may be able to qualify for the fee waiver. I highly suggest you to talk to your parents and get the annual gross income for the year 2020 and make sure that you put that in your application, and they would let you know if you qualify for the fee waiver that would allow you to apply to 4 CSUs for free. All right, so just to summarize why choose CSU Monterey Bay. With the CSU with an ocean view, we're only 1 mile away from our campus, 15-minute walking distance. We are considered a residential campus with 60% of our students living here. And we're the third most affordable CSU. We have a small class size. We're 27-to-1 teacher to student ratio. So if you'd like to learn the small classroom setting with the teacher get to know you by your first name, we offer that here at CSUMB. We do have unique majors that are geared towards the current economy. Here at CSUMB, you will be learning by doing. So everything you learn in the classroom, you will have an opportunity to apply within the community. With one of the requirements that we have the Service Learning Institute that allows you to provide a service for lower division and upper division. So it's equivalent to like 50 hours that you will be providing of service, and also will allow you an opportunity to kind of be able to connect to what you're learning in the classroom. We definitely would like to connect with you. There's a QR code, so we would like to scan it just to stay in contact. Or also you can give us a call at 831-582-3738, or send us your questions to admissions@csumb.edu. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully you consider applying to CSU Monterey Bay. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, all of you. Thank you, Edward.